We continue. We are live at Social Taco. Gringo has just arrived. You can be here as well. It's a Taco Tuesday. We're here in the Terrace. Social Taco is the place right next to City Hall in Homewood. We broadcast 11 to 2 every single Tuesday. Already a busy Tuesday. Mike Griffith from Dog Nation covers the SEC for Dog Nation, also the AJC, joining us, talking college football, playoff, transfer portal, and Georgia, Alabama. You can go back. You can find that at jocksfm.com and the Three Man Front podcast. And an hour from right now, we're going to check in with our buddy Ty Richardson there in the state of Arkansas. Hasn't been a whole lot of buzz coming out concerning Arkansas football, but they have acquired some guys, and also talk a little basketball and Coach Cal in his second season as the Hogs head coach.
It might be slowing down a little bit for Auburn in the transfer portal, but they've done a lot of work within the last week. 24 commitments, including yesterday, a couple of offensive linemen officially in the fold for Auburn.
Yep, and they're very familiar faces to Alex Golish, Byron Brown, and those guys, they get two Coles. They get a Cole Best and a Cole Skinner. Cole Best played primarily at the center position for the Bulls. Cole Skinner played at guard, but a couple of guys that will help to fill out that offensive line, very familiar with the offense. And what does that mean for a guy like Kyle Ellis? I'm trying to remember how to pronounce his name, but a young guy that had to come in and fill in when you had an injured center this year. How does he fit in? But right now, I don't hear a whole lot of complaints from Auburn fans, just concerning some of the needs and the guys that they've filled.
Meanwhile, for Alabama, Ty Haywood, Michigan offensive lineman, he has committed to Alabama. North Carolina State wide receiver Noah Rogers also coming out of the portal to Alabama. Bama also landed a commitment from first-team All-Sunbelt kicker Lorcan Quinn from Ireland. He's only been in the country 1 year. He was 4 of 6 from 50-plus yards. He was 21 of 26 on regular field goals, but 4 of 6 from 50-plus yards. So Bama, if you're keeping score at home, they have 11 out of the portal. So Auburn at 24, Alabama 11. Transfer portal closes at midnight on Friday evening. Paperwork has to be submitted to the schools before midnight on Friday. And then at that point in time, if you are technically in the portal, then schools can still sign you. Meanwhile, yesterday on the program, we had a very interesting list. You remember the list that Conrad gave us in regards to the grades for the transfer portal?
Yes.
where the individual from SEC Unfiltered, which, by the way, it was not Dimitri Ravenos.
No, it was not.
It was the proprietor of SEC Unfiltered.
My eyebrows could not have been more arched.
Yeah, gave it
on my head.
Yeah, kind of bizarre. But anywho, this is time of the year. You're gonna, Tuesday morning or actually Monday night after the game, you're gonna have the early picks for 2026 in college football. That's just the way things happen. And Molly, I understand our good friend SEC Mike has already updated his SEC coach rankings. So please tell me that SEC Mike has got some sanity to him finally.
Well, let me ask you guys, where do you want me to start? From the bottom of the list or from number one at the top?
No, go start at 16.
All right.
Yeah, let's go in descending order.
Number 16, Will Stein, Kentucky.
Okay, never coached before.
Right.
Yeah,
I mean, head
prove
coach.
Yeah,
Yeah, head
gotta prove
coach. I get it.
All right, number 15, Jeff Lebby.
Well,
Yep.
I
Okay.
can't really argue that one.
Number 14, Pat, are you ready for this one?
Are you gonna say Pete Golding?
I am going to say Pete Golding.
The guy's 2-1 in the college football playoff. He's got double the amount of wins that Lane Kiffin has. And I'm sure Lane Kiffin is going to be up there pretty high.
All right, number 13, another new head coach, Ryan Silverfield, Arkansas.
Yeah, how is he ahead of Golding?
Well, number 12, where's Don? Because it's Alex Golish.
Okay.
Wait, okay, so he's got Golish where? 13?
12. He has Silverfield at 13. Alex Golish at 12. Guess who's 11? John Summerall.
Okay.
Number 10, Clark Lee.
Wow.
Wow.
That's
That
a
low?
harsh grade for a
Yeah.
guy coming
Pretty
off.
low.
I figured Clark Lee would be a little bit higher than that.
I think a little bit of that Tennessee hate.
I was about to
coming
say,
Yeah.
let's remember who
Yeah.
he's a fan
Let's
of.
be objective,
I just can't wait, okay.
SEC Mike.
Okay, I can't wait to see where he puts Heupel on this list.
Oh.
It's got to be pretty high. All
Well,
right, go ahead,
we
Molly.
still got a ways to go. So
Okay.
number 9, he has Shane Beamer.
I forgot about Shane Beamer.
You wait a
I
second.
kinda did
You're-
too.
Shane
You're
Beamer
putting
should be
Shane.
like 14th.
Yeah, you're putting Shane Beamer ahead of Clark Lee,
Yeah, that's what he has.
ahead of Alex Golish and John Summerall.
And Pete Golding?
No, Beamer's going to make my 4th tier. If we're going to do quads
No,
and we got 4 quads, he's making the 4th quad.
I agree with Conrad. I think he's like 14th.
well, that would
on
be the
list.
4th quad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Quad system.
All right, number 8, Mike Elko.
Might have had him a little higher.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd probably have him up
Yeah.
a couple spots.
Number 7, Coach Strink.
Yeah, that's
What? The guy's never beaten a team that's been 500 or better in the SEC
Yeah.
ever.
He's got him at number 7.
Okay.
Oh.
All right, number
Ahead
6.
of Mike Elko, who took his team to the college football playoff.
Yeah.
My gosh, what
All
is
right.
Mike smoking in East Tennessee?
Number 6, Brent Venables.
Corn silk. Brent Venables at 6.
Mm-hmm.
I would have Mike Elko over Venables.
Heck, I might have Clark Lee.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's done more with less
If
than
you're,
what
if
Venables
you're
had.
asking me to hire a head coach right now, I'm hiring Clark Lee over Brent Venables.
Yeah.
All right, we've officially made it to the top 5.
Okay.
Number 5,
Kalen.
wrong, Steve Sarkisian.
Okay, I feel like that's fair for right now.
Number 4, Josh Heupel.
Oh, come on. Oh, my gosh. He must have, like, a free media event to go to with free food with Heupel or something.
Golly.
That's bad.
Take him to dinner, Mike.
That is – am I the only one here that thinks that's bad?
Yeah, no, that's absurd.
No, he shouldn't be. No 4.
Well,
we just went over Tennessee's lack of wins last year.
I think Josh Heupel's a good coach. I don't think he's the 4th best coach in the SEC.
No, there's no way.
And we've officially made it to the top 3.
Okay.
Number 3, Kalen DeBoer.
I don't hate that. I just know that there's one
I just
coach
hate
we
who's
haven't-
ahead of him.
I was about to say, there's one
Uh-huh.
coach that we haven't mentioned. We all know who number 1 is, but
Yeah, number 2, Lane Kiffin. Number 1 is Kirby.
okay, so we have best coach in college football, guy who's never won anything, second best coach in the SEC.
Yep.
Well, to be fair, Lane Kiffin did get Ole Miss to the college football playoff.
I did not see him on the sideline for those games.
Nope. Doesn't get the win. Doesn't get the credit.
Has he played a game in Atlanta?
He has not,
Mm.
except when we played Georgia Tech there a couple years ago.
Mm.
Oh, I take that back. And then they played Penn State. Remember? They beat Penn State in the bowl
yeah,
game.
that,
In
that
the Peach Bowl.
yeah, that bowl game.
Okay, so, I mean, we've already, like, nailed about 7 frauds on this list from my SEC Mike. What's the 3-man front coaching list?
I think we should do ours of fired coaches.
Fired coaches in the SEC?
Yeah.
That's a good list.
I mean, Brian Kelly's going to be on that all the time.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Mark Richt, maybe?
Well, he
Well, I guess he didn't.
technically he left under his own volition,
Right.
supposedly.
Right.
But we all know he was fired.
Correct.
Who are we going to nominate? Brian Harsin or Hugh Freeze?
Brian Harsin won more games, didn't he?
But they weren't as close
They were not as close, you're right.
to the ultimate vision.
Well, thank you, Molly. That was a very interesting and
I'm glad you guys
entertaining
had fun.
list.
Oh, it was
Yeah.
a great time of year.
That takes the place of alcohol.
I
That's
love
great.
lists.
You feel drunk after
I
hearing
do.
that?
I feel like someone just hit me in the head with a bag of quarters.
Drank a round of shots here at the table.
Wow.
All right,
Okay.
SEC, Mike. Well,
Hey, he did his job. We're talking about it, right?
that's right.
Yeah. We've got SEC basketball tonight. It starts at 6 o'clock as Texas A&M on the road in Knoxville taking on the 21st-ranked Tennessee Vols. Then at 8 o'clock, the Alabama Crimson Tide back on the court. It's going to be a tough game over in Starkville as they take on Mississippi State. That's an 8 o'clock. You can watch that game on the SEC Network. And then Florida at Oklahoma. That's an 8 o'clock game. You can watch that on ESPN2. Auburn is on the road in Como tomorrow night. Auburn is on the road in Como tomorrow night. That is a 6 o'clock tip-off. You can hear the game right here on Jocks. So 3 SEC games tonight, and then you will have 5 coming up on Wednesday.
Good news for Molly. A former LSU offensive lineman, Paul Mabenga, has committed to Nebraska.
That's huge.
That's right. Go Big Red.
Yep.
That's big.
What could go wrong? Last time an LSU
nothing.
Georgia transfer went to Lincoln, he
Ended up robbing a
vandalized
vape
vape store.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was good. Good stuff. We will continue on. We're live at Social Taco. Come on by and see us as the Taco Terrace is starting to fill up. So you need to get up here and get you a seat and go ahead and order lunch right here on Jocks. It is 11:14. Welcome back. This is Three Man Front. We're live at Social Taco. Come on up and see us. We'll be here until 2 o'clock. So the American Football Coaches Association, they have been meeting in Charlotte, North Carolina. That's why we have a dead period right now during the transfer portal, because they want coaches to go to the convention and be able to get some work done. Well, The FBS head coaches, they have voted unanimously to expand the eligibility for redshirt years from 4 games to 9 games.
Oh.
Meaning you can play in 9 games and then you can redshirt, whereas before it had to be 4 or below.
So you can
to
play in
save that
all
red
of your
shirt.
9 conference games.
Pretty much. Now, this is a recommendation by the American Football Coaches Association. It still has to be put forth to the Division I committee, but that's big. So the FBS Coaches Association, they have voted unanimously to expand the eligibility for redshirt years from 4 to 9 games.
So retroactively, what you see an attorney maybe trying to get recourse if this thing is passed? I do. I don't put anything outside of a courtroom now.
No, you're right.
You like your chances if you're the student athlete.
So think about that. You could play up to 9 games.
9 games. We used to
And
only
still
have
get
an
a red
11-game regular season.
That's right. So you can play in the majority of your games. Yeah.
Oh, that's wild.
And to get a red shirt.
Something else is wild. It's Mandu, and it's a good kind of wild. It's located just down the street from us in downtown Homewood, but it's electrical muscle stimulation fitness. At Mandu, your first visit's free. They're going to put you through the workout. They hook you up to a machine. It sends electric pulses to various muscle groups. It doesn't hurt, and they can make the workout as strenuous as you want to make it. They can make it for you, whether you're trying to build up your arms, maybe you're trying to lose weight in the belly, maybe work the glutes. You can do it all there at Mandu. 15-minute workout. It's all FDA approved. 15 minutes at Mandu is the equivalent to 6 hours in a gym. You can't beat that. First visit's free. They'll put you through the workout. You decide for yourself. Mandu in downtown Homewood. MANDUU.com. Always tell Paul and the gang that Landrum from Jocks sent you.
You know, we talked about it last hour. A story in the Knoxville News-Sentinel painted a very murky picture for the Tennessee Vols trying to find a quarterback. They need a veteran leadership-type quarterback for their quarterback room because they got 2 young guys that they feel really good about in the future, but they need that veteran presence to help lead this football team. And they've had problems. I mean, they came back and they tried to get Sam Levitt. They offered him even more money towards the back end before he signed officially with LSU. Bo Pribula, the former quarterback at the University of Missouri, they were kind of sniffing around on him a little bit, but then he decided, hey, you guys are showing more love to Levitt, so I'm going to go to Charlottesville, Virginia, and he cut a deal with the Cavaliers. So that's where he's gone. So Tennessee circled back to Ty Simpson and said, hey, we'll give you $4 million not to go play NFL ball. Like, we would really like you to be our quarterback for the Tennessee Vols in 2026. And obviously Ty and his family, they have given no indication that they are open to that. They are heading to the NFL. So then the big question is, when you've got 25 of the top 26 quarterbacks in the transfer portal have already been signed elsewhere.
This is when you need your staff poaching, Pat.
Yeah, that's when you better be on the phone. And you better be asking people, hey, did you do what Hollywood Smothers did? Did you not sign? I know you might be enrolled in school, but did you really sign a piece of paper? Can we get our attorneys to look at something?
Did they confuse you when you signed it?
Yes. Do you have a twin brother somewhere that we can say accidentally signed instead of you? Anything.
Did you feel pressured as you were signing it?
Yes. If not, I mean, we can put you in charge or put you in touch with Diego Pavi's attorney and try to make this work.
Yeah, because as you mentioned, if you go and you want to go through the transfer portal database, you're probably not going to find that perfect fit for Josh Heupel in that offense. So at this point, you work your network and your connections, and hopefully somebody that you know that knows of a guy that could be unhappy or just got his most recent NIL deal presented to him, and it fell south of what. Right now, I think you're in a position, if you're a quarterback and you fit the need, you got some serious leverage with that Tennessee program. You get paid a lot.
The highest-ranked quarterback available, according to 247, is Southern Cal's Husan Longstreet. He is the remaining highest-rated quarterback. And he's an individual that was a 5-star recruit in the 2025 class, so that does not interest Tennessee because they need someone of veteran leadership in the quarterback room. They got George McIntyre, who is a redshirt freshman, and you got Faison Brandon, who is a 5-star recruit, but he's not even on campus yet, Landrum. He's coming in this month. I mean,
It would have been nice to have a spring portal. Sorry.
now Tennessee's doing good in the rest of the portal.
Yeah, they're fine there.
with adding the pieces that they need. But when you're talking about the number one player on anybody's roster being the quarterback, if you don't have elite quarterback play in this league, you're not going to go very far. And that's what they're worried
No,
about.
and of all places, it was kind of like if Lane Kiffin at LSU had not landed a quarterback, the perception, the optics would not have been good because he's known as a very quarterback-friendly coach. The offense that he runs, guys want to go play for him. I think the same, to a little bit of a lesser degree, can be said about Josh Heupel.
Yeah.
And the quarterbacks that he's developed and come through that system and just the eye-popping stats and numbers that Tennessee offense has put up, even in down years, that's tough. It seems like DJ Lagway would have been a more viable option.
Well, here's the thing.
What you got right now?
You know, has he signed his paperwork?
See? There you go.
I mean, just a couple days ago, I know he committed to Baylor, but then all of a sudden he starts showing up on potential guest lists at Ole Miss, and some other teams have been kicking tires.
One thing's for certain that we've learned, and that's why the tampering is taking place, is it's kind of like some real estate markets, home real estate markets here in this town. You better know that family is thinking about selling way before they're selling.
Yes, before that sign
When that
goes
sign
up.
goes in, there is already 3 contingency offers, 3 offers on that house.
Better believe it.
You better know. And either something fell through, they felt really good about maybe a Sam Levitt or somebody else, but once that portal opens and real dollars start getting talked, seems like in some cases everything changes.
Well, Molly, according to our poll question today, we asked our audience about who is going to be the portal king when it comes to SEC schools when it's all said and done.
Yeah, we gave you 4 options. We said Texas, LSU, Ole Miss, or Auburn. And right now winning with over half, about 55% saying Texas, 25% saying LSU, 16% with Auburn, and sorry, Pat, only 4 for Ole Miss.
I think Ole Miss has done a really nice job. I mean, they're a top 10 team according to 247 in the transfer portal rankings. They've been able to grab who they did. Going to have to roll the dice on Deuce Knight, see how quickly he's ready to be thrown
What's
into the fire.
latest? Anything latest from Tom Mars?
They are compiling their court work that they are going to submit to a Mississippi court to try to get Trinidad Chambliss, try to get a restraining order, a temporary restraining order, try to injunction, I should say, to be able to get Chambliss another year of eligibility.
And I don't know, but I still just can't believe they don't have a quarterback yet. And I was thinking about all the other options they would have had when the portal officially opened. I mean, even a guy like Deuce Knight, I know that Mississippi's his home state, but he spent a little bit of time there in the state of Tennessee. You're not making an offer for him. Again, though, it's also fluid, and it is speed dating, and you got to make a lot of these decisions, and sometimes reluctantly as a coaching staff. That's tough.
I mean, do you see any? I mean, you
No,
got the whole list
no,
pulled up. I mean, do
no.
you see anybody that floats your boat?
No.
Again, you're looking for someone that has experience. We're not talking about, a 5-star kid that went to a school and
I'm looking
he's
at
not
guys
happy
that
and
if I'm a Tennessee fan and this would be a guy he's started and played quarterback in college, a lot of these guys, they would not interest me, but a lot of those guys, they've already signed their paperwork. They're already with another school. And people just trying to fill out quarterback depth. So a lot of those depth pieces are not even an option right now.
Because keep in mind, I mean, I know there were a few schools that were kicking the tires on Fernando Mendoza out of California. But I'm not saying that the market for him was bustling with activity before Indiana ended up getting him.
You still have a quarterback who is on the market that was a highly touted kid out of high school. He's a Louisiana kid. Officially, it says that Eli Holstein is still available.
Really? Where does he currently rank in the? Is that on 3?
Yes. He is number, 385.
385 overall.
But I'd have
about
to
quarterbacks?
get your quarterback ranking here. But he's on down the list.
I mean, Holstein
Just
had
to give you an idea, he's behind Dylan Lonergan.
okay. And listen,
According to On3.
Holstein, he had a flash of a couple of games where folks at Pittsburgh was pretty happy for a moment.
Yeah. Let's see if there's any more Tennessee fans that we can find for you. Nico Marshall, West Virginia.
Okay.
It's probably not what ball fans wanted to hear.
Like I said, I know a lot of people in our listening audience probably really torn up to think that Tennessee does not have a viable option at the quarterback position.
Yeah, you got a redshirt sophomore from Dripping Springs, Texas, Austin Novosad, who's on the Oregon roster,
Okay.
but he's in the portal.
But
Listed
once
as
again,
an 87 rating in the transfer portal. He was almost a 94 coming out of high school.
you know, good for Bo Pribula for him to basically tell Tennessee to suck oranges, because once he found out that they were all in on Levitt and they were circling back on him, then Pribula said, "You know what? I'm done with that. I'm going to Virginia." Good for him. It's a good school, good program. Play for Tony Elliott.
Back in the area of the country that he came from.
Mm-hmm.
Originally from Penn State.
Yeah.
No, that's good.
So it's a two-way street. The way these teams and schools are trying to manipulate certain guys.
Damon Williams, you see what you started.
Oh, boy. We're going to get to your text messages and your phone calls. The phone line is 1-800-239-WJOX if you would like to chime in on the transfer portal. We will also read your text messages on the Courtesy GMC text line. That number is 205-834-9450. Appreciate everybody tuning in on YouTube as we're live at Social Taco. We roll along on this Taco Tuesday on Jocks.
11:30 live here from Social Taco. Dr. Mel and so many others are here. You can join us every single Tuesday from the Taco Terrace, Social Taco in Homewood. And if you can't get in here on Tuesdays before 2, you can enjoy the half-off happy hour, 3 to 6, Monday through Friday. And don't forget about the bottomless tapas brunch, Saturday and Sunday, 10 to 2:30, both days, socialtaco.bar for more information.
So we've been following the transfer portal. It's kind of slowed down a little bit today, which is expected because there was almost 4,000 kids that had gone into the transfer portal. I read where 24% of the entire FBS have jumped in the portal. 24%. But at times it seems like it's a lot more than 24%. It does it not?
It does.
That number, I know it's shockingly high, but it's almost like because we do what we do for a living, it seems like everybody's in the transfer portal.
Everybody's in the transfer portal or has the potential to be. No guy is safe on any roster.
Yeah.
Because in the first couple of years, there were guys that you felt good about, like, no, they've locked him up or whatever. But now it's a renegotiation every single season with these guys.
Yeah, every single time.
And the more prevalent, the more it's, hey, this is normal, this is fine, we're going to see more of it, and we will. And we'll continue to see schools that are overpaying for certain guys, and then down the road, we'll see where all that leads.
So we told everybody yesterday that it appears that they will have a meeting of the college football playoff managers the day before the national championship game. They have until January the 23rd to decide what the format is going to be this year in 2026. The rub is going to be whether Tony Petitti in the Big Ten and Greg Sankey of the SEC can come to an agreement, because they are the two people that will make the decision. This is not some big committee of 11 commissioners and the AD of Notre Dame. They signed that away a couple years ago. So now, starting this year, Greg Sankey and Tony Petitti, they will be the deciding factor. They have to come together and they have to decide what we're going to do for the college football playoff moving forward from 2026 on. Well, according to Heather Dinich, who is a guest on the TV show Get Up on ESPN, she is saying that she finds it very hard to comprehend that these two, the Big Ten and the SEC, are going to come to an agreement.
I don't see it. Petitti has been steadfast in saying, I want the automatic qualifiers. Greg Sankey has it seems like his thinking has evolved to the whatever, was it the 11-5, 5-11 model that started getting kicked around. I think it seemed like Destin. That is when it started gaining some serious traction. So a lot like all these other meetings, I'm expecting to be frustrated.
Yeah, and this is what she said on the program. She says it's currently a leverage battle between the SEC and the Big Ten, but ultimately she believes that it's going to stay at 12 teams for 2026 because Petitti and Sankey cannot come to an agreement before the January 23rd deadline. This is the direct quote from Heather Dinich. The fans need to know that the Big Ten Conference has leverage right now, because if the SEC agrees to a 24-team playoff 2 or 3 years later, the Big Ten will agree to a 16-team playoff. She says, now that's very important. It's all about leverage. But if Tony Petitti and SEC Commissioner Greg Sankey cannot agree on this by January 23rd, it is going to stay at 12 teams next year. And I asked multiple sources, hey, what's your gut feeling about this? What's going to happen? Everyone I've asked that question has said, I think it's going to stay at 12 because I don't think these two gentlemen can agree.
Oh. I thought the working relationship, it was off to a really good start.
I did too.
It has deteriorated quickly.
Dinich reported, even if it's obvious with the way to operate with the Big Ten and the SEC in control of the college football playoff right now, there is currently a memo of understanding amongst the Power Four and Group is 5 as well in regard to what they prefer. So we'll see exactly what happens. But they will meet the day before the national championship, which is Sunday, and we'll see if maybe we'll be surprised, Landrum. Maybe these folks will say enough is enough.
I trust Greg Sankey, but I
don't trust Petitti.
I've seen the statements by Tony Petitti, and I don't think he's budging, man. I don't.
No.
So keep it at 12, rather than half-tailing, throwing together a 16 and making a bunch of concessions that deep down is not good or won't last.
Well, here's the other problem.
Keep it
with
at 12.
That. All right, you're going to keep it at 12, and a lot of people don't realize this, but starting in 2026, Notre Dame, they've got the signed document that if they were in the same situation in 2026 as they were during the 2025 season, Notre Dame has to be put in the college football playoff.
Yep.
Because of the new deal that they have with the college football playoff. So then once again, you're going to be screwing somebody else over that should have been in because you've got this deal cut with Notre Dame because you're so scared not to have Notre Dame a part of the process.
I don't know why we should worry about it anyways, Pat. SEC's never going to win another national championship with football.
No, they're
anyways.
doomed. Matter of fact, I think the SEC probably should start adding more teams.
Yep.
Just to increase the probability of us finally getting another team to win the national championship. I think we need to go to 20. I think in Destin they need to, canvass the room and say, all right, I need schools to present 4 schools of target for us to get to 20. And hopefully they're teams that were either in the college football playoff this year or potentially a team that might play for a national championship in the next 3-4 years.
Yes.
I mean, is that out of line?
No. No. I think you're dead on. 205-834-9450 on the Jocks text line. And this one coming in, as a Bama fan, I don't believe the word committed anymore. Thanks to Hollywood Smothers, until I hear signed, they're not part of the team. That is a good piece of self-advice. Because you never know. Someone texting in, George McIntyre is the grandson of Indy legend Coach George McIntyre.
Yeah, I remember that.
It's hard to accept these flat portal rankings of players when you don't take into account fit and system. Yes, it's not a perfect ranking formula that we have. It's the best one, and I'm glad that they provide it, but you're right. Let's go back a couple of years to the incoming and the guys that Kurt Signetti at Indiana, that'll be the example we'll use. What was that rating? Who are you losing?
Yeah.
The guy that you're losing might be a 5-star, but he might not be a fit. It's kind of hard to believe these days that a 5-star's not a fit, but maybe not the better fit for what you're doing, whether offensively, defensively. I don't know. Thanks for the text. Someone asking, is TJ Finley still available for the Vols? He has experience. We were touting TJ Finley to go and land in Knoxville. I don't think that's going to happen. Beham Dog asked the question, who's a better coach, Lane Kiffin or Kurt Signetti, and why? I'm going Kurt Signetti.
Wait, who?
And Lane Kiffin.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Kurt Signetti. Postseason wins, we can start there. We can go conference championship. We can go playing for a conference championship. Championships, more with less. Seems to be in tune with everything that's going on with his program. You got any more comparisons you guys want to add? Who's the better coach, Lane Kiffin or Kurt Signetti? We getting any Lane Kiffin takers?
No.
Okay.
Nope. I'm sorry, Pat's just distraught because he's trying to look up who the Cardinals just traded for, and he doesn't even have a picture on MLB.com.
Yeah, that's
so
always a good sign.
That tells you a lot of potential, right, Pat?
Yeah, Nolan Arenado has just been traded to the Arizona Diamondbacks, and I'm trying to find out who we got in return.
How far are the Royals moving in their fences?
I think about 50 feet.
I think it was 10. Really, I think it was 10.
They needed to move those things in. Every time the Braves play there every 3 years.
I was telling Pat earlier, everyone just needs to adopt right, left, whatever you want to do. Just have a short porch.
Just because you guys do it doesn't mean everybody else does.
But they could.
So
just
do you have
because
any
you guys
info
use
on
training
Jack
wheels
Martinez?
doesn't mean that we want to use training wheels.
He does not have any career minor league stats. I don't know what to tell you, Pat.
This one, here's the question.
Oh, it was
guys,
an 8th round pick. Oh, boy.
Do you think a top 10 recruiting class in the top 10 portal class will get you the SEC title game? You would think so, but no, not always the case.
I was about to say, I don't know what LSU was in the recruiting rankings last year, but they were number 1 in the portal, and we saw how that worked out for them.
Yeah.
I mean, it helps.
I don't know where Texas was. I know they made the SEC championship game last year, but Texas, I would assume, was pretty high in both recruiting and portal last year, and they didn't make it to the SEC title game.
Great
so
point.
not always the case.
Great point.
Certainly not always, well, the SEC, but it's certainly not always the case in the ACC or the Big Ten, right?
Now, you would like to have top 10 classes because you would think that would increase your odds, but
Yeah. This one coming in from Oxford. Do players go to Auburn or Alabama because they just absolutely love the Tigers or the Tide? That is what troubles me about college football. I think some still do.
would you say 10% of a college football roster is kids that just genuinely love that school?
Yeah, I would, but here's the thing, though. Let's just say, Conrad, you're a quarterback. You grew up going with your family. You had season tickets to Alabama. You're hearing from Oregon, everybody, the who's of college football. Your parents still would probably want to have that conversation with all of those schools. Look at the financials, look at the deal, and ultimately, I mean,
Oh, I'll be the first person to say if I was let's say I'm Brendan Sorsby, and I'm me.
you're one of the biggest Alabama fans I know, so this would be a good example.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, let's say I'm Brendan Sorsby, and Alabama says, we'll pay you $2 million to be our quarterback. Okay, that's pretty attractive. I love Alabama. Oregon rolls up and says, we'll offer you $6 million. I'm taking the $6 million, and I'm going to Oregon. I mean, I know that's what's wrong with the sport, but
And it's a winner-winner because I love this school. Well, if you had chosen to go to Alabama, I love this school, but golly, did you see the financial package they also
correct,
threw in there?
correct.
But, yeah,
It'd be hard to turn that. And I know that on the outside looking in, it's easy to criticize these kids. Imagine being 18 years old and someone paying you $5 million to do something.
Yeah.
You're going to say yes.
Guess what? I'm wearing Oregon green.
Yep, I'm doing it.
Me and your mom are going to be flying to Eugene and watching your games.
Correct.
Brad Chandler, are the reports of the Missouri Edge looking at Alabama, Damon Wilson? What have you heard on Wilson? Because I saw Miami, that he's taking some time
LSU.
off. He's back in Venice Beach.
Yeah,
where
I
he's
was
from.
I was texting with somebody in Tuscaloosa earlier, asking him about. I was asking him about Seton and Wilson, and the belief with Seton was that his price tag's probably a little too high, but there's definitely interest in Wilson. I just don't know if he's the status of a visit to Tuscaloosa, but there's definitely interest there.
This text reads, these coaches have zero control or leverage anymore. They can't make a kid play for them. No, they can't. They really can't. A lot of that leverage we saw just 5 years ago, that is gone.
Power to the players.
And now it's just, we've heard it from a basketball coach. Now you got to be careful how you even come down on these kids when you're trying to teach, to coach. They get the feelings hurt, some of them. And then they decide, you know what, this isn't the place for me.
I just got a text from somebody that said Damon Wilson's asking for $3 million.
Alrighty. Bet he gets it.
I would assume that would mean Alabama is probably not going to be a taker there.
Another text quickly. With all the players that have gone to Ohio State and Texas from Alabama, does that mean they are built by Bama? LOL, roll tide.
Just like Georgia Tech and I guess Florida State a few years ago, but yeah.
And what is Kirkpatrick's Jr. future at Alabama? Is he off the team now? Burton Jasper wants to know.
My understanding, he's still off the team.
Okay.
They seemed they came out and handled it when that was it, and they haven't talked about it since.
You know baseball. Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Hypothetical. If you trade an 8-time Gold Glove third baseman for an 8th round selection in last year's draft, a pitcher from Arizona State,
Tempe, there you go.
and you owe $42 million on a contract for that 8-time All-Star, how much money would you be willing to send to Arizona to get that 8th round pitcher and to complete the trade? $42 million is owed. You need to kick in some money, obviously, to cover some of the costs. So basically, in a nutshell, you're paying X number of dollars for that 8th round pitcher.
This is a contract move. You're trying to shed the money.
For an 8th round pitcher,
$42 million is left on a contract.
I'll pay that.
How much of that 42 are you sending to Arizona to complete the deal?
And
And the only player you're getting is the 8th round pitcher. You're not getting anybody else.
I'll give 8th round pitcher a 5-year, $4 million contract.
Did you already see it?
Oh, you mean in terms of what they're giving to the organization?
What they're giving to Arizona to complete the trade?
I'd give you $5 million.
$5 million for an 8th round pick.
Yeah,
The
$5 million
Cardinals
bucks.
are sending $31 million.
So you did all this just to shed $10 million?
$11 million. Yeah, $11 million. Yeah.
I would say he's worth $11 million probably.
What?
I would have
30
just kept him at that point.
Yeah, you're paying Arizona $31 million to take the $42 million contract, and in return, Arizona's going to give you an 8th round pick. So an 8th round in Major League Baseball, if I'm doing math that's like 240 plus in the draft from last year.
Well, that's and I would think too with Bregman signing the other day that maybe some teams would be desperate for a third baseman and overpay, but I guess not.
Going to be another great year in the Midwest.
Ooh.
And y'all are apparently shopping your second baseman as well.
Well, if I'm doing the math, I think the Rockies are still paying us $5 million for Arenado.
Okay, so you're really only paying like $26 million.
Yeah, that's much better. Yeah, $26 million for an 8th round pitcher. Yeah,
He's going to be great.
that's never towed the rubber professionally. Yeah, that's good.
Who's
going to be great.
It's really good.
who's running the office there in St. Louis?
It's Chaim Bloom.
I feel like you might have just got one of these
Chaim
fired
Bloom,
general
who
managers from college football to balance your books.
now Bloom used to be the general manager of the Tampa Rays, and then when the Rays got really, really good, he went to Boston, and then he got fired in Boston because he traded a guy by the name of Mookie Betts to the Los Angeles Dodgers.
Yeah. What if I told you that Mr. Martinez played one season at Worcestershire College, and his final year at Arizona State, he had a 5.47 ERA?
There's aluminum bats there, Conrad. You got to take that into consideration.
That is a high ERA.
It's aluminum bat. They're lively, more lively.
Okay, so it would
Big
be
12
about
baseball's
4.
real.
Yeah, that's big.
Barry Bonds played there.
All
He
right.
did.
Well, we're going to continue the fun here as we continue the hot stove portion of the three-man front broadcast.
So I crashed out yesterday. Pat's going to crash out today over the Cardinals. Now we just need something for the Braves, and we can all
What are you talking about?
have our moments.
No, I'm happy with what Walt Weiss is doing with our lineup.
For now.
I'm just glad we're not losing games and it's not baseball season yet.
It'll be here before you know it, brother.
Let's keep it real.
2
All right,
months away.
we continue live here from Social Taco in Homewood on a beautiful Tuesday on Jocks. Welcome back. Three-man front live from Social Taco here in Homewood. Landrum, Pat, Conrad, Molly anchoring things there from the studios of Jocks. And we continue to monitor the transfer portal, looking at some incoming, outgoing. Not a whole lot of movement today, but
I think that's probably what you're going to see, my prediction, over the next couple of days. Obviously, Alabama's got a little bit more work to do. But in regards to Auburn, the heavy lifting, I think, for the Tigers have already been done.
Yep. Speaking of them, Mylan Graham, who is a talented wide receiver, listed as a 4-star out of the portal. Originally Ohio State, but Mylan Graham visiting Notre Dame. Is it expected that he either transfers and signs with Notre Dame or goes back to Ohio State? So the belief is that Alex Golish in Auburn trying to acquire at least one more wide receiver out of the transfer portal. The bulk of their wide receivers they've gotten from South Florida and former South Florida wide receivers. But there's one in particular that Don was telling us about. It was a guy from LSU that could be their next grab.
Yeah, I think his name was Kyle. I'm trying to remember what his last name is. But, yeah, he had, if I remember correctly, 30 catches, about 300 yards, 4 touchdowns this year. He actually had his best performance in the bowl game against Houston. Kyle Parker, thank you. So, yeah, that would certainly be a nice addition there for Auburn, and we'll see kind of how the pecking order sorts out. But they seem to have a lot of really solid dudes in there, and a lot of them obviously already have chemistry with Byron Brown, so that helps.
Meanwhile, for Alabama, they do get a wide receiver, number 52, I think I saw in the country, and Noah Rogers, a talented dude out of NC State.
Yeah, he joined the ranks of the Alabama Crimson Tide. He spent his freshman season at Ohio State. He had more than 900 yards receiving during his last 2 seasons with the Wolfpack. He joins Ty Haywood, offensive lineman from the University of Michigan, who committed to Alabama yesterday. And also Lorcan Quinn, the kicker from Marshall, the Irishman, is going to spend his second year in the United States of America in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. That's God's country. So if you're going to be an American, live in Alabama.
That's absolutely right. So I guess in lieu of a coaching change, they have decided, because you've now gotten a punter, a long snapper, and a place kicker.
That's correct.
In the portal, so I guess that's how they're trying to make up for their special teams.
It seems like every year we find, just organically, we find a guy that's in the portal that we like to follow. And this year, I think the designation goes to your guy that you lost it. Let's be honest, you melted down on the show on Friday when you saw that Alabama was entertaining maybe a guy from Carson Newman.
Oh, yeah, our buddy from Carson Newman. Yeah,
is it Chica?
Chica, yeah, the tight end. Yeah, he's I know about as much about him as Pat does about Jack Martinez. I'll just say that.
I'm just seeing if he's ended up anywhere.
I'm sure he's just.
That is not his name.
Yeah, he was. I think he was from. Was he from New Haven?
Oh, that was the guy from New Haven. There was someone else from Carson Newman. You're right. I'm still holding out on that Bucknell offensive lineman.
He's got a lot of offers. The Bucknell offensive lineman. Yeah. You laugh at him.
I laughed at Noah Williamson. But it's all right, Noah. We need you to come up big tonight, baby.
He looks really good getting off the bus.
He does.
In there and shoot around. All 7 feet of him.
Yeah.